Private member statements. I call the member for Maitland.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I'd like to speak today about my new role as Shadow Minister for Small Business and the need for government to engage meaningfully with our small business community. As the Minister said to me shortly after my appointment to this portfolio, he was pleased to have someone with small business experience to spar with, and I assure him I do have that experience. Having owned and formerly managed an award-winning second-generation family business with my husband for some 17 years, and having worked for a number of years in a small retail business while I was at university, and having completed the Australian Institute of Company Directors company course in 2007. But the approach that I bring to this position will be very much informed by my own experiences, but also those of the other business members and business owners that I have met through my membership of many boards and committees on a number of state, local and national business organisations, from chambers to business enterprise centres to industry groups and women's in business organisations. But also bring another perspective, having as a tourism operator worked with some thousands of small businesses to deliver tourism around Australia in the last 17 years. And I will be shortly organising a tour around the state to have more formal dialogue with many of those businesses and others in the small business sector. I've been able to take a lot from those experiences, those of my colleagues in industry, and that will inform the way I, as Shadow Minister, will contribute to Labor's policy in this important area. But as well, I will harness the wealth of information and research from academics, government agencies and other sources to develop some evidence-based approaches to supporting our small business sector. In this position, most importantly, I will be consulting widely, cooperating with small business and stakeholders, and striving to achieve tangible outcomes which will assist the small business community. For it is a community. It's made up of mums and dads, young people just out of TAFE or university, disruptors and other families who all make up this sector. There's much debate on how to classify small businesses. Should it be on revenue, on profitability, number of full-time equivalent employees, or the size of the payroll? What we do know is that small businesses make up some 96% of businesses in our economy, and there are some 650,000 small businesses operating in New South Wales who employ approximately half of our workforce. They are small in size but big in number, and they make a significant contribution to our economy. We know broadly who small businesses are, but most importantly, government must know what small business wants. The Conservatives champion red tape reduction as one of the most important issues for small business, and the Liberal National Government claims it is addressing the red tape burden on small businesses with its red tape reduction target. However, many of the measures implemented either do not yield any savings or have not been verified by an independent body as achieving the outcomes that have been claimed. Any claimed reductions in red tape and costs should be properly and independently verified. This is important, particularly where there's issues around safety or other compliance. We don't want to be making the bar so high that established small businesses can't get over it, and yet enforcement so low that small disruptive organisations can get under it. Shortly after I was elected to this place last year, the government sought to roll over the payroll tax rebate scheme under the Jobs Action Plan, and I was one of the members in this place who advocated in speaking against that for small business grant scheme, the employment incentive, which was passed just over a month later to be activated. Not only did my colleagues and I advocate for a measure to help small businesses with small payrolls employ extra staff, but we also put forward amendments so that an employer would get a bonus if the employee was elderly, young, long-term unemployed or in a regional area. This would have been a boost to small businesses, particularly in regional areas like mine, where unemployment has been at near recession levels at many times in the last year. Unfortunately, the government passed the amendments in the other place, but voted against them here, showing a lack of cohesive strategic approach to this sector as usual. I will always, as a good opposition should, hold this government to account. For example, Labor has backed our decision to cut electricity prices that would save small businesses in the order of $500 a year on their electricity bill. We oppose the fee hikes in TAFE fees that are often placed at the feet of small business owners in the trades and make it difficult for them to employ apprentices. And we want to work for ways to ensure that the use of subcontractors that place pressure further down the supply chain don't impact on small owner-operators. Labor took a policy to the 2015 election to support local news agencies by continuing restrictions in the sale of lottery tickets to newsagents and small businesses. And our election policy to protect small businesses also included implementation of the recommendation of the Collins Inquiry to protect subcontractors. There is much to do in this portfolio, and I relish the challenges it offers. I look forward to working with the sector to improve outcomes for all our small businesses across the state. Thank you.